Up next on Wednesday Night Warfare, we've got an action-packed match planned in our tag team division. Making their entrance first, the team of Tommy Violence and Billy Hardcore. Hardcore Violence.
At a combined weight of 492 pounds, Team Hardcore.
Former NGPW Global Champions in the tag division. They're definitely prepared to prove themselves in this match and work their way towards regaining the gold that they once held dear. They've got their work cut out for them tonight, though, against the Canadian Coalition. Buffalo Joe and the Shaman set to compete against Hardcore Violence tonight.
Legend! At a combined weight of 550 pounds, the Coalition.
A win for the Coalition would put them higher up in the tag division. I'm sure they have their sights set on the gold as well. Viewing Hardcore Violence as perhaps a stepping stone of sorts on their journey to a championship reign. They're accompanied, of course, by Mr. Muscle, who could be a factor in this match at ringside. That remains to be seen, but will be no surprise if it takes place. What a match we have in store up next. Tommy Violence starting things off for Hardcore Violence. Buffalo Joe for the Coalition. The bell sounds and this match is on. Big strike from Joe right out the gate. Tommy Violence sent right down to the mat hard. Buffalo Joe's got him up now with a series of backbreakers and just a disregard for his safety with that toss. Tommy Violence locks up with Joe. Irish whip into the corner. Going for the leg now. The big man can't stand, he can't fight, but he can still kick his way out of that corner for the moment. He brings Tommy to his feet now. Looking for an Alabama slam. Oh, and he hits every turnbuckle on the way down. Buffalo Joe taunting Billy Hardcore, who stands on the apron. Tommy Violence taking advantage of his opponent's distraction. Buffalo Joe fights out of a submission attempt with big knees. And a huge boot. Tommy Violence right up to his feet again. Goes for a float over DDT, but he's stopped in his tracks by Joe with a big lariat. Joe fires him into the corner. Shaman with a cheap shot to the back of the head. And now Buffalo Joe trying to choke Tommy, but he's able to fight from underneath out of the corner. Tommy Violence with an Irish whip into his corner. Joe fights out with an elbow. Sends Tommy into his own corner. The ref says the tag is good. And the Shaman with another cheap shot. Opening up on the ribs of Tommy Violence. And now a sit-out choke slam to follow things up. Count of 1 with a pin attempt. Big wild knee drop. And a huge hip drop. Shaman showing no mercy on Tommy Violence, who desperately fights out of the corner here, sending Shaman into the corner of Hardcore Violence. Shaman able to fight out of it. So far they've able to isolate Tommy Violence and keep Billy Hardcore out of this match, but not out of the ring anymore as Shaman drags him over the top rope and lands a huge clubbing strike and stomp. Now turning his attention back to Tommy Violence. A warning kick. A chop comes up short. Tommy Violence turns his back on the man. Big mistake, but he fights out of the back suplex. Going for a body slam. The Shaman reverses it. Irish whip. Spinning around, German suplex. And he's going to stand there and watch as Tommy Violence makes a hot tag. Still taunting him with kicks as Billy Hardcore looks on. And now he intervenes. He's got the big man up. But Joseph Youngblood fights out of the maneuver. Samoan drop out of nowhere. The Apache Avalanche. Referee with a pin attempt. Tommy Violence still able to make it in and break up the pin. And now he's drug over the rope. And an overhand forearm served up. Billy Hardcore Irish whipped into the corner now. Buffalo Joe tagged in, the legal man. Looks like they're going for the Canadian Bomber. Oh, and they nailed it. That's got to be it. Buffalo Joe going for the pin. 1, 2, 3. And it is over in quick fashion for Hardcore Violence.
Here are your winners.
As the Canadian Coalition is victorious on Wednesday Night Warfare.